Transformation is often seen as a monumental shift, something that must occur all at once to be considered real or effective. But in truth, lasting change is far more subtle and gradual. It is found not in grand gestures or overnight success, but in the daily, consistent steps that accumulate over time. This process may seem too slow or insignificant at first, but it is the foundation for monumental growth. It's the small, deliberate actions, made with patience and persistence, that propel us forward in life. We live in a world filled with distractions, from social media to endless entertainment, all of which pull us away from what truly matters: the pursuit of knowledge, growth, and self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, famously said, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This idea teaches us that obstacles are not roadblocks, but stepping stones toward growth. Overcoming discomfort, whether physical, emotional, or mental, makes us resilient. It builds our ability to endure, to stay strong in the face of adversity, and to rise each time we fall. For the next 7 days, challenge yourself to step into discomfort, whether it's waking up earlier than usual, pushing yourself to exercise even when you don't feel like it, or having that difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Make the choice to face the discomfort. It will be difficult, but remember that with each challenge you embrace, you're building your resilience and preparing yourself for greater challenges ahead. But resilience is not just about facing discomfort. It's about building the discipline to show up every day, regardless of how you feel. Discipline is the silent force that propels us toward success, far more powerful than any initial burst of motivation. It's easy to start something when you're excited and full of energy, but what separates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to continue showing up when the excitement fades and the initial motivation wanes. Consistency is the true key to growth, whether it's in the development of a skill, the pursuit of a fitness goal, or the formation of positive habits. Think about any expert in their field. They didn't get there by being talented once in a while. They got there by being consistent. Discipline is the foundation of success. Without it, all the talent or inspiration in the world won't matter. For the next 7 days, choose one area of your life to practice discipline. It could be dedicating 15 minutes a day to writing, practicing a musical instrument, or committing to daily exercise. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it must be non-negotiable. Small actions, repeated daily, compound over time, leading to mastery. This is the power of discipline. It turns seemingly insignificant efforts into major achievements. The beauty of discipline is that it doesn't just build your external results, it builds your character. The Stoics drew wisdom from observing the natural world, understanding that change is the only constant. The seasons shift, the tides rise and fall, and the very nature of existence is in flux. But while we cannot control these changes, we can control how we respond to them. Epictetus, for instance, used the metaphor of the tide. Just as the water flows where it must, we must adapt to the flow of life while maintaining control over our direction. The Stoics saw the forces of nature, fire, ice, and the changing tides, as reflections of the inner turmoil and external circumstances we all face. They taught that life is not about trying to stop the storm, but about learning to navigate through it. This is the essence of Stoic resilience, understanding that we cannot control the world around us, but we can control how we choose to engage with it. The harsh reality, embracing the truth. The Stoics were not naive. They saw the world as it truly is, a place where suffering, loss, and failure are inevitable. Yet, it is precisely this harsh truth that sets Stoicism apart. The Stoic doesn't shy away from the cold, hard facts of life. They understand that pain, both physical and emotional, is part of the human experience. Instead of fighting against it, They face it head on, accepting that it is an opportunity for growth and self-mastery. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This powerful idea encapsulates the Stoic approach to adversity. Every challenge is not a barrier, but a path forward. The harshness of life is a forge, shaping us into stronger, wiser, and more virtuous individuals. The Stoic doesn't just survive in this world. They thrive by using the very obstacles that others fear as the foundation for their greatness. The Stoic's wisdom is timeless because it speaks to the fundamental truths of human existence. Life is unpredictable, filled with suffering, and often beyond our control. But through wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, we can navigate these trials with grace and resilience. The Stoics teach us that we are not defined by our circumstances, but by our responses to them. As the fire burns, the ice freezes, and the tides ebb and flow, the Stoic remains steadfast. The ancient Stoics, such as Epictetus and Seneca, understood a profound, life-altering truth about success, growth, and self-improvement, one that continues to be applicable in modern life. Their wisdom teaches us that true success is not found in dramatic overnight transformations or sudden bursts of brilliance. Instead, it is the product of small, consistent improvements over time, which accumulate and compound into extraordinary results. These teachings of the Stoics are more than just philosophical musings. They are practical principles for living a life of meaning and purpose. Through their lives and teachings, they laid out the timeless path to self-mastery, showing us that the secret to personal greatness is not immediate change, but incremental, sustained effort over time. Take Epictetus, for instance, whose life began under the harshest of circumstances. Born a slave, Epictetus endured suffering that many could scarcely imagine. Yet he rose to become one of the most influential philosophers of his time. In his writings, Epictetus emphasizes that growth is not about escaping hardship, but about transforming how we respond to hardship. He taught that the only thing within our control is our own actions and attitudes. The external world, with its circumstances and challenges, may be beyond our grasp, but how we choose to respond to it, that is where our power lies. Epictetus understood the value of daily improvement, even if that improvement seemed minimal at the time. He believed that the only way to elevate ourselves above the struggles of life was through small, steady improvements that over time would add up to profound change. He encouraged his followers to focus not on immediate results, but on the process, on the continuous effort to improve, no matter how slight it might seem each day. His philosophy was simple but powerful. If you improve yourself by just 1% each day over the course of a year, that improvement would compound to result in a 37 times better version of yourself. This was the essence of Epictetus's teachings: slow, steady growth through consistent, disciplined action. Seneca, the Roman philosopher and statesman, shared similar insights on personal growth and success. In his letters and essays, he often warned against seeking immediate results or relying on external sources for happiness and fulfillment. True success, he argued, is not about gaining wealth or fame in a sudden burst, but about building virtue and character over time through the accumulation of small, deliberate actions. Seneca recognized that success, wisdom, and inner peace are cultivated in small, consistent choices made daily, whether in how we manage our time, respond to challenges, or shape our character. He likened the process of personal growth to the slow but steady work of a sculptor who patiently chisels away at a block of marble, gradually shaping it into something beautiful. It is not the single stroke of the chisel that defines the statue, but the accumulation of thousands of small, deliberate strokes that shape it over time. In the same way, it is the countless small acts of discipline, reflection, and wisdom that build the foundation of a meaningful life. For Seneca, True greatness was not an external achievement, but the result of a lifelong commitment to personal growth. Both Epictetus and Seneca were keenly aware of the limitations of the human mind. They knew that we are often drawn to the immediate rewards of success, the rush of achieving something quickly or gaining recognition. Yet they also understood that this impulse for quick results is ultimately destructive. In a world that constantly seeks instant gratification, the Stoics urge us to reject the temptation for quick fixes and instead focus on the long term process of self improvement.